Hello, welcome back. Yeah, but basically I wanted to do a little video of us cleaning together because I really need to clean. Hopefully this will give you guys motivation to clean as well, because let me just show you guys the areas that need to work most. I think this also helps to normalize, like, my room is not always super clean. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but most of the time it's not clean, like, whatsoever. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys and figured, you know, we could do this together and be fun. So some of the time I'll be talking to you guys and some of the time I'll do a little time lapse because I'm going to be listening to some music. I have a playlist, and also if you guys go to my link in bio, you can check out my Spotify playlist or any of the social medias if you want. You totally do not have to, but I have a lot of really good Christian playlists if you're looking for some good new music from Christian authors, or you're just looking for some new Christian authors, or sorry, artists. You guys can go to my Spotify and you can check out my playlist. So yeah, you can tell there's a bunch of random shirts up here just too because they will not stay up on the hangers, so I'm kind of thinking I'll put them down here in this basket because I can kind of show you guys. These are like my undergarment, socks, and then my shorts and my jeans because I have a lot of both, so I like to do that. And then I have my art stuff, and this one is just a bunch of random clothes because a lot of it doesn't fit in my closet, that or like it's sleep clothes or extra clothes for sleep that I don't want to put in here because I don't wear them all the time. But this is kind of like my wear all the time, or some that's kind of transitioning into spring. I have a lot of winter clothes still here, but I'm going to keep them all in here in case there's a cold day, because if you know, it gets still chilly here once in a while, so I do like to have some options in case there's one day that's more chilly or it's like 60s where I could wear something other than that. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I just bought like a thing of electric or rechargeable batteries. I don't know why I said electric. Rechargeable batteries, and so I've been using them. I just started using them, and oh my goodness, making my work so much faster. I think it was the little batteries I was using because I think that maybe it's not made for this camera, and so it's making it so slow, but also going to make it functioning a lot better. I'm also curious how long the batteries are going to stay because I've been using cheaper batteries, and these rechargeable ones are really nice, and they actually work for my camera better than the ones, but even those still were not as good as these. So I'm really shocked, but I'm really grateful because now I could use these for this camera, and then I can use the other ones for the other camera, which is so convenient because my other camera only takes 2 batteries, so I can use the other ones where I keep recharging those and use those from that because it doesn't really take a lot of it. Like, it's still pretty fast, and again, like, it doesn't really need like a really high power one, but because the Sony has a lot more in it and it has a lot, it really needs it. And the zoom is so much faster, but because before it was literally the slowest thing ever. Like, I could barely even do, like, especially in a video, it was so slow. I think it's just gonna work a lot better now, so I hope the video quality also is better because I don't know, maybe it just will make it like a little quicker. I don't know, maybe it'll make it better. I have no idea, but we'll see. Of course, the first thing I do is I just like to rinse my sink a little bit like this, just to make sure, because you never know what gross things in it. So I'm just gonna do this. Go. This is about enough for me. Then down here I have everything down here. Ignore how messy it is. But I grab this baking soda. I like to wait, and then I have like this little spray bottle. Ignore how messy it is, like I said, but I use this spray bottle. It's just with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar in it. Okay, so I'm going to spray. Then really quickly I'm going to put baking soda in there. And then I like to take the baking soda mix I just made and really quickly brush the brushes with just like a toothbrush, bristles really well. I like that. Just be careful because this is everywhere. So I'm looking up like questions to answer unique. So this is just like on Pinterest because I do not feel like putting it on Instagram. Plus also I don't already think of very many people are gonna apply. So, do you prefer writing with a black or blue pen? Actually, I do not like writing with pens in general. Like, it seems super stupid, but for whatever reason, I really, really like writing with pencils, so I don't normally, especially my journal. Now, it depends on what we're talking about, but if we're just talking about just regularly, I'd probably prefer black, just because I think the blue pencil looks good, but I don't always find blue pencils, and that's kind of an issue because I hate switching from a different color pen. I like to have one pen, like, or one color. Like for example my journal or whatever I'm doing, I like to kind of keep the same color scheme going on because it kind of bothers me when it randomly switches, because in the past with my journal I did a bunch of other colors and that really just bothered me. Now there's once in a while I'll do little hearts with a different color, but like I just really hate the look of just like, not for anybody else, just for personal because I'm kind of wanting to figure out where I can do with all this stuff, figure out if there's like a way to organize it. I also have this tissue box. I'm kind of thinking, I mean, let me just put stuff up here. Hold on, what is in here? Is it questions? This is perfect! Okay, so there's this random box of questions. Okay, so what is your favorite scent or perfume? I'm going to say, I think it has to be Victoria's Secret. The Love Spell and Bella Petals are my all-time favorite. They smell amazing. And I really like the smell. I just think it's such a fresh scent and it really does smell like flowers or something, and I really enjoy that. And I just feel like it's kind of a more mature scent because a lot of my old scents were just way too much. They kind of remind me of young Jenna, and I do not like that just because it's so nostalgic and I can't do it. So, what would you do if you won the lottery? I was actually thinking about that the other day. I was like, honestly, the first thing, if somebody asked me that question, the first thing I would do is pray about it. To sew into, is there something like of mine that you want me to do? Is there something you want me to get? Like, and I would deeply like budget it out and see what God wants me to do. If God wants me to save most of it, like how He wants me to do it, because I definitely think that's the best idea. Because if like, of course, let me just tell you something that I would want to get with it, but that are like on the smaller side, so I could still afford a bunch of other things if God wanted me to, and I'd pray about it first and God could show me what you wanted. But the one thing I would really, really like to do is get the Sony ZV-1, because I've actually talked about this before. God showed me that the Sony ZV-1 is the camera that I'm meant to be getting, because I prayed about it and I did a lot of research. My brother helped me, and we both like feel like that's really the one, and God showed me, so I know for sure and I have no worries or doubts. So peaceful, so I know for sure that is the camera. So whenever God opens the opportunity, I'm gonna get it. But I love how God shows us like that it's for sure, because it's just so cool, because I know for sure that that's the camera, and I love it. But so I think that, and then maybe getting a new iPad, because here's what I've thought. Okay, so I started doing editing on my laptop, but the problem is that the current editor that I have got updated, and it's really nice, but the problem is it's too nice for me. Like, I don't know how to use it yet, and so I'm thinking I may use my iPad for a little bit longer, and honestly I may end up continuing to use my iPad. The only reason for that is because I don't necessarily have to keep the videos on there, so it's not really an issue for storage. I can just delete the videos and everything after, but because I think A, it's really nice and very convenient, and you guys get a lot better editing style than on my computer, because I don't know how to do half of the stuff. So it's really difficult for me to kind of figure it out because there's so much stuff. I use Filmora and I bought it a long time ago, but I can't seem to know how to work it. So that's kind of why I thought maybe getting a new iPad would be really cool, to get like a bigger, not big one, like the same, but just make it like more storage and a little bit more updated, because mine, I love it. I'm so grateful for it, but it's definitely a little difficult in the sense of like, it's not the fastest anymore because I think I updated it too much, so now it's kind of like going downhill. That's okay. And then my laptop, I really, really like it, but it's also really difficult to use because it crashes a lot and it's not really made for editing. It's more for like gaming and stuff, which I love the computer and I'd keep it and stuff. And I do think maybe I could use Filmora on it because I've been continuing to do it, but I don't know. It's just a thought. I could always like edit on my dad's computer or whatever, but so far what's seeming to be the best is just doing like all of the extra details on my laptop, like the end credits, like the little subscribe logo and all that stuff. I've just been doing that really quickly on my laptop, and that works fine for me. Now, if life does get crazy, I am wanting to figure out a way to use a desktop feature on my iPad, see if there's a way I can do that. Like, look at these. They're the cutest little scissors in the world. Can you guys see these? They're so adorable. They're like, my mom bought me a little kit because I was having a rough day.